Yeah, yeah. Even as like a Christian, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like I said, we human beings, we do get that. It's not easy to forgive.
You can't actually forgive somebody until you've understood their point of view. So that we have to really make that shift to where are they coming from before we can forgive, because otherwise it's all from self. And, you know, you've done that to me, instead of that, why are you doing this, and why is it affecting me this way, and how can we forgive, because we understand where you come from.
When you try and see someone's worldview, you need to be connected to do that. Because you actually can't see what they're saying unless you're connected. So you almost need to embody that person and love them enough to understand their world's opinion. And once you've had a real look at that, only then can you influence them to see things the way that you see the world to be. And without which, you actually can't influence anything in this world.
Because if I see it from someone else's point of view, instead of just thinking that I'm not going to deal with them, I have that's what they were dealing with. And then I'm a little more forgiving. It doesn't mean I agree. I mean, that's the thing about forgiveness, is if somebody's done something bad, it doesn't mean I agree with what they did or like it. But it means I might be able to understand they were hurting or they felt bad.
Forgiveness, it's a how could I explain that? It's very hard for me. You see, I'm this person I am. Yeah? If you've done something to me, I'm not going to forget it. And I'm going to confront you each and every now and then I see you. So last night I was talking to myself and tell myself, did you hear the words the people they were talking to you yesterday? And I asked myself again, you know, where there is no forgiveness, there is no future. Even now, I'm still listening to the other people talking about this forgiveness, and I want God to put it inside me more than the practice I'm doing here, because I can see this thing can take me far away. You see, because my kids are also have got this thing, I've got it. More special to my sons, I've got 2 sons. They were doing the same thing I'm doing. If you beat her, he's going to go and fight you again. No matter you are old or you are small, he's going to do that thing. You see, now I'm planning this wrong thing to my. You see, so it's not a good thing. So I wish God can help me. Otherwise, I can say it's great to me. You see, I don't know how Karen chose me. You see, because this thing is inside me. Inside me, I can always stay with you guys like this.
May I make a suggestion? We talked about our commitment, so I just heard you really talk from your heart, and maybe you could make the practice of I am committed to cultivating forgiveness. So that way you can make it just by speaking it, and then little by little it can grow. Because you can hope God does it for you, or we can do our part. So of course we want the grace of God, I agree, and then the idea is we do our part too. So to invite that, to also say, I'll make the effort. So I do want to cultivate forgiveness in my life.
The other person who has done you wrong, I think also must receive that forgiveness. Because sometimes you can say to the person, no, I forgive you. But if they don't feel that forgiveness and they don't receive it, I think the word forgiveness then it does not work. The other person must also forgive themselves so that that word can work.
And this come to me that forgiveness is forgiveness is a must.
start getting our whole self instead of part of ourselves, which we are in some cases educated, and our culture says we should just come from here, maybe here, or maybe here, but forget that. It's not nice. So, but this is our place of strength. We call it the core, and this is where most of the power is. So let's bring our whole selves, even our toes, to it.
Suddenly being aware that actually our energy is more than just our bodies. It's that visualization that can just can suddenly change our total experience, and also shifting, using our minds to shift energy from here to here has such a profound impact.
Stood and asked each other that, how does this work? So we kept on trying it again and again to determine how that shift happens without exerting like, let me move you, but just compassionately moving me. And I think it was the third time around. When she turned with me, I felt her energy move, and I moved with it. And we both kind of got it there. And we asked ourselves, then how do you practically apply this? Because in a normal conversation, I want to go to them and say, can you please just hold on, I want to turn you around. And we said, it's about suspending that position, listening to what the other person is saying, and in your mind, visualizing yourself being in this position where you're turning with this other person to see their view, and all of a sudden it makes sense. So it was really amazing for us to work with how we would apply it practically and kind of grapple with how we would apply it in practical situations. So really, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And strength, and that often power gets bad. It's not good because there's a dominant type power that is negative and can be destructive. But there's another kind of power too. It's different. It's the power to be able to be inspiring, and the power to be able to move forward in a positive way. So that's a little bit what we're trying to get a glimpse of, is what's it like to tap that part of ourselves. And then, of course, you have to keep doing the repetitions, because it won't grow if you don't do the repetition.
When I visualized my triangle to be big and my resistance to be in my triangle, all of a sudden I couldn't see the resistance. It wasn't there anymore. So it just made it far much easier for me to just go forth, because the resistance was just not there anymore. So yeah, that really helped.
Committed that I won't drink anymore.
I'm committed to leading this work in South Africa.
I am committed to creating health for myself and others.
No rush. I'm committed to do the best I can.
I'm committed to empower myself and to support my sons.
Forgiveness. There's a relationship between this work and forgiveness, because the practice that we're doing here, it can be easy for you to forgive if you let the work get into you. Yes, it makes you you can easily forgive, because you're going to use the experience that we're getting here. Because before, I see that forgiveness, it's not an easy thing, but then you've got the ways to show a person a different thing